How to Create a Glitch Monologues Season 6 Chapter 3. This is How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix Monologues, Season 6 Episode 3. In this Episode 1 we'll be discussing the impact of competition on the principles explained in this podcast. A competitive interaction is one in which the same ultimate principles guide the interaction, but the outcomes are interpreted in such a way that there is always a winner and a loser in the interaction. For example, I discussed how conservation produces scenarios where identity is conserved, which is to say that body switching will occur to produce continuity with an existing identity, rather than the occurrence of new experiences for another individual. So for example, if person A holds the belief that they always give in when the going gets tough, then situations where they did not give in will be assumed by another consciousness or personage. In the case of conservation, this process is called appropriation. Now, appropriation can also occur due to substitution and displacement. If we imagine that person A invades the body space of person B, and experiences the thoughts of person B, as a result, this again is called appropriation. Now, substitution and displacement and conservation produce appropriation when the system interaction is zero-sum, which is to say, that it doesn't have to be zero-sum, but only when there are constraints upon the operation of a closed social system, must it necessarily manifest as a zero-sum interaction. Union tends to occur to alleviate this zero-sum nature of the interaction in many cases. Likewise, returning to the basic foundation as set out in How to Create a Glitch in the Matrix, the complete series, we also know that our appetites become stronger when we are close to approaching a glitch, or seeing past the veil. It is only when we resist our impulses to fulfill our bodily rhythms that we are able to see the truly unusual. That being said, we can also see that if this is the case, then we should see a period of glitching followed by a period during which time we appreciably gain weight, physically. Now, that is to say that our weight always fluctuates, but in practice we can also see that there is a relationship between our weight gain or loss and our propensity to observe a glitch, or the unusual. Likewise, if one examines one's experiences, one will also find that there is a relationship between the weight of a person and the size of the closed system they are able to manage interacting with. These two principles tell us that changes in our surrounding system size mediate our propensity to observe glitches, which is to say that migration into our closed system, or even our migration into another system, plays a key role in whether we are able to observe the unusual. Now, building upon the thoughts raised in preceding podcasts in relation to time, it is clear that whether time is moving fast or slow should play no ultimate role in whether a glitch is observed. Thus, since it is possible to observe glitches at either end of the spectrum, it is fair to say that we must define what it means to glitch, irrespective of ideas such as time or spatial space. Nevertheless, there are certain kinds of glitches which we, contemporaneously, take for granted, by brushing them off, or disregarding what we think we have observed. In other words, to truly appreciate all the oddness and incongruity of reality, one must have an eye for the unusual and not disregard or minimize. Anyway, that's the end of the podcast for today. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe.